Welcome to the TipTxt video tutorial. TipTxt is a two-way messaging solution to help schools improve campus safety and combat bullying, abuse, and crime. The school promotes its text hotline number to students, encouraging them to report any incidents they witness or experience. When tips are received, they are forwarded to the applicable personnel such as administrators, counselors, etc., who can then take action, as well as reply to the tipster using the TipTxt website. This video will show you how to set up and use TipTxt. We will cover logging in, adding contacts to your address book, creating labels and inbox rules, viewing and replying to inbox messages, viewing sent messages, creating templates, and viewing inbox stats. Let's begin. The TipTxt user interface consists of a row of buttons at the top, each with its own row of subtabs below. After logging in, you should change your password to something easier for you to remember. To do that, click the Account button at the top, and then click Change User Password. Your password must have at least 8 characters. For a stronger password, we recommend including at least one capital letter and at least one number. After you enter your password, confirm it, then click the Change Password button. Under Keywords is the long code assigned to your account. The long code is the number tipsters will send their messages to. It is unique to every account, so don't use the one you see on the screen here. You should also visit the Profile subtab to ensure that the email address and mobile phone number are correct. The rest of the information is optional. If you make any additions or changes, make sure you click Submit at the bottom. Now that we have that bit of housekeeping out of the way, let's go to the address book. If you plan on having any incoming tips forwarded to campus personnel besides yourself, such as a security officer or a counselor, you will need to add them to the address book. Click the New Contact subtab. The only required field is mobile phone number, but you can include any other fields you wish. When you are finished entering the information you want to provide, click the Save button. Let's move on to the Inbox button. This is where you will land right after logging in. If your account is new, your inbox will be empty. When a tipster sends in a text to your long code, it will automatically appear in your inbox, where you will be able to read it and reply to it. But TipTxt can also be set up to automatically forward those tips to your email address or mobile phone, the ones that you confirmed were correct in your profile a moment ago. Or it can forward it to a contact you've set up in the address book. You can even have TipTxt automatically label incoming messages or even send an automated reply back to the tipster. To do that, we will need to set up labels and inbox rules. Click the Labels subtab, then enter your label in the box and click Add Label. You can create as many labels as you want. You could have one for each problem you are trying to target, such as one for bullying, one for vandalism, one for guidance issues, and so on. I've entered bully and clicked Add Label, so it appears down here. If you want to delete a label, just click the red dash next to it. Now let's go back to the main inbox to talk about inbox rules. You will want to create 3 types of rules. One generic more info rule to handle incoming texts where the tipster wants to get more information about how to use the service. A series of emergency rules to handle incoming texts where the tipster mentions certain hot button words such as gun or kill. And then a series of situational rules, which will handle incoming texts that mention the issues you are trying to target, such as bullying, vandalism, etc. TipTxt is not intended to be a substitute for emergency services. Rather, the emergency rules you create will cause an automated response to be sent to certain incoming tips, which will instruct the tipster to call the police if it is an emergency. As a best practice, you probably want to publicize what hours you will have someone monitoring TipTxt, so tipsters are not under the impression it is a 24/7 service. Furthermore, TipTxt is not intended for use as a means of communicating information which is subject to laws applicable to medical records. To create a rule, click the Inbox Rules subtab, and then click the New Rule subtab. First, give the rule a name. This is for your own reference. If you want the rule to be immediately in use, leave the status to active. If you don't want the rule to go live yet, change the drop-down to inactive. Next, click Add Filter. If you are creating your More Info rule, leave the message component on text and leave the condition on Starts With. And then for value, enter the keyword you'll have tipsters start their message with. For example, if you're going to launch a campus safety campaign, your posters and flyers might say, "Did you know you can report bullying, vandalism, or other safety issues by texting? For more information about this new service, text INFO to 123-456-7890. Your long code would go there. So in this scenario, info would be the keyword or value. I would type that and click Save. But I'm creating one of my situational rules for bullying, so my keyword for that I want to be bully. Note that keywords are not case sensitive. So after entering bully, I would click Save, and that would be my keyword for this rule. If I were creating one of my emergency rules, however, the ones for hot button words, I would want to leave message component on text but change the condition to contains and then enter the hot button words such as gun or kill or shoot. An important thing to remember is that you should not set up multiple filters in a single rule. You should create a new rule for every keyword. If you were to put multiple keywords in a single rule, then the incoming text would have to contain all of those words in order for the rule to be triggered. The next button we want to click is Add Forwarding Action. There are several actions to choose from in the drop-down. The first one you should always select is Forward to User's Inbox, and select the user from the second drop-down. If you would like to automatically apply a label to the message, check it off. This is my bullying rule, so I will check the label bully, and then click Save. Applying labels automatically will help down the road when it comes time to look at trends and statistical reports. If you would like to be notified immediately when there is a tip, click Add Forwarding Action again. And this time select Forward to User's Phone, and select the user from the second drop-down and click Save. Now you will get a text message whenever a tip meeting this rule's criteria is received. The mobile phone number listed under Account Profile is the one that will be used. If you didn't want to receive a text message, then you could add a forwarding action and choose to receive it at your email. You can have as many forwarding actions as you like, but remember, only one filter per rule. When deciding which forwarding actions you would like for a specific rule, you may wish to forward the More Info text just to your email, but the emergency and situational texts to your mobile phone, since they're more urgent. Alternately or in addition, you could set them to forward to a specific contact, such as your campus security officer, a guidance counselor, or so on. It's a good idea to use Forward to User's Inbox and Forward to User's Phone or email in conjunction with each other. If you only set the rule to forward to your phone, your email, or a contact, then the message will not appear in your inbox at all. And if you only forward messages to your inbox, then you would have to log in and check your inbox frequently to monitor it for new tips. The last section allows you to set up an automatic response to all tips that start with or contain the keyword you set up above. To enable auto response, check the box and then type out your message. Suggested auto responses include thanking the tipster, advice on what to do, such as the name of an adult they can talk to or to call the police if they are in immediate danger, and so on. Keep in mind you are limited to 160 characters. If your reply is over that, it will be sent as 2 text messages. The system will count your characters for you. For your more info rule, the auto reply could say, please describe the incident, who was involved, the date and time, and the location. Thank you for helping make our school safer. For your emergency rules and situational rules, the auto reply could say, thank you for the tip. If this is an emergency, please call the police. When you are finished setting up your rule, click the Save button at the bottom. If you ever need to modify an existing rule, navigate to the inbox and click Inbox Rules, and then click on the rule you wish to edit. Make your changes and then click Save. To delete a rule entirely, check it off on the left and click Delete Inbox Rules. There is not currently a way using inbox rules to have every incoming message forwarded to your email or mobile phone, regardless of its content. If you are interested in having this feature activated by client care, however, please contact support at tiptxt.support@blackboard.com. Next to each inbox rule, where the criteria is text that starts with, but not for text contains, is a button that says QR code. QR codes are two-dimensional barcodes, which most smartphones can read data from if they have a QR code app installed. To help you publicize TipTxt, each rule has its own QR code, which, when scanned, will generate a text message addressed to your long code with the appropriate keyword at the beginning. Note that there are many different scanning apps available, and this functionality may not be fully compatible with every app. So the QR code can be saved and printed on posters, leaflets, etc., making it easier for potential contacts to utilize the TipTxt service. Throughout the system, you will notice blue help buttons on the left. Click these to view helpful information applicable to the page you are on, and then click in the section again to collapse it. Since text messages are by definition short, incoming messages display in their entirety in the message column. You can also see the source and the date it was received. If a label was automatically applied as part of a rule, you will see it here. But you can also manually apply a label using the Add Label drop-down. To delete a label, click the dash next to it. If you want to reply to the text, in addition to any auto-reply that may have been already sent, simply click on the message and then click Reply. You will be prompted to add the contact to your address book. All that's required is the mobile phone, which is already completed for you, and then click Save. And you'll be redirected to the reply screen. You can type out whatever you would like to say in the box, or choose a template if you have a script pre-saved. And then click Send. If you go to the Sent button, you can see messages that have been previously sent. If you want to view all the messages to and from a specific tipster on one page in conversation style, from the inbox, click on the little chat bubbles on the left. A moment ago I mentioned that when sending a message you could select a template. To create a template, click the Templates button at the top and then click the New Template sub-tab. Type out your desired content, keeping in mind the 160 character limit. Then click the Save Template button. You can also add a signature that will appear at the end of every message you send except auto-replies. To set this up, click Edit Signature, type out your content, and then click Save Signature. Keep in mind that this will add characters to any sent message, and if the combination of the message you write plus the signature exceeds 160, the recipient will get 2 texts. After a few weeks or months, you may be interested to know some statistics about the messages you have been getting. From the inbox, click the Inbox Stats sub-tab. Here is where labels come in handy. You check off the labels that you wish to compare, and then set the time frame you are interested in, or leave it on Display All, and then click Compare. You will see a pie chart indicating how many messages with each label have been received, along with what percentage they represent out of the labels you chose. Here in this example, I can see that 2/3 of the messages have been requesting more information and 1/3 have been about bullying. This will help you analyze where the problem areas are so you can target your resources accordingly. Over time, the goal would be for the number of texts about bullying to decrease, a trend you'd be able to discover by running the same report at a later date. This concludes the video tutorial for TipTxt. If you have questions or need support, please contact the email address on the screen.